So, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So, let's talk about difficult students. How do you actually go to class and deal with the students who either they just can't quickly settle in class, or the students who just, even after warning them severally, they still continue to, talk in class like without being given permission to. For example, you ask a question in class and then they don't raise their hands, they just speak. But that is a better group. There's just some group of students that you will tell something as a teacher to do, but either they won't do it or they take time before they do it because they want to do it. In the current education system, dealing with um we're dealing with Gen Z, and Gen Z is a group that is believed to, it's said that they know like what they want. They are more outspoken than the millennials team. So unlike the millennial, where a teacher would stand up, and the respect teachers had back then was actually something admirable that would even make you want to become a teacher. But the kind of disrespect that teachers nowadays face is so dangerous, because you can't just tell a student to do something and he does it quickly. If I don't know, but dealing with Gen Z is kind of difficult than when millennials were being dealt with. And in the African way, the mode of punishment has always been, the African way. Only Africans will understand, which was actually kind of effective to uh, most extent, I'd say, because most of us grew like that and we're perfect. Um, Too much of something is obviously dangerous, but that one was a way of correcting us to become better individuals when you grow up, and it's something we understood. But nowadays, you can't just do that, because apparently students don't know their rights. But it's funny that a teacher would want to, try to correct a student, but it hurts when a student gets out there and doesn't become the proper citizen that the teacher would have wanted him to be. And so, in the society we're dealing with, first and foremost, we have students that are so outspoken, and so we have to handle them in more of conversational way. Um, because if we handle them roughly, that is when they actually might, decide to do something that is just so funny. So dealing with Gen Z is kind of interesting, but that is a challenge to teachers, because sometimes you're there and you feel disrespected, but it's not as if you lack the command. You have the command, but as a teacher, you also have your limits to do something. I don't know, but how do you deal with difficult students in class? Just how? Different teachers use different ways. For example, I would call out the students, and I'm glad that I have students who are respectful. So you just call them out. Some just want attention. So give them 5 seconds attention, they cool down. Um, Thankfully, I've never been in a situation whereby I, I need to run away. But I don't know. It feels challenging dealing with Gen Z than dealing with millennials. Well, we are kind of Gen Zs and millennials, but now that I've grown, I think I feel the burden or the weight our teachers felt back then. And when you have a difficult student who doesn't listen, it's so hard. You want the best for this child, but it feels like the child knows what they want. And these are a group of children that, honestly, some of the parents um, are being controlled by their learners or by their children. Some parents are kind of scared of their children and wonder why. Could it be because of too much freedom, or I don't know, but we, we are in a world where we are raising an interesting yeah, generation. I don't know. So how do you actually handle? How do you handle difficult learners in class? You tell me.